'cause it's the sandbox. I'm a golden stone. I'm sorry in advance if I let you down. I'm sorry in advance if I let you down. I'm sorry in advance if I let you down. I'm sorry in advance if I let you down. You just want Louis 15, no mama queen. Damn, back the fuck up. I got all this pimp shit up in my dreams. Ooh, blame that on my mother. I can't go nowhere less than me. My lovers, I'm trouble. First I'm excited.
Hey y'all. Welcome back. Come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. Y'all know what it is. We are back to talk about a brand new show. A part of, canon, of course, because this is a prequel to Game of Thrones and comes right after House of the Dragon. We're here to talk A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and I'm excited to talk about it. I love a new show. It feels like Christmas morning, Tyra, when I get a brand new show, season 1, episode 1. But Tyra, how are you today? And are you ready to get into the night? Ser Duncan the Tall.
I'm good, first of all. Second, I mean, that night is cool or whatever, but at this point, I'm here for Egg. Because don't play on his time. You need me.
You don't know you need me, but in fact, you do need me. If you're in the room, come in the chat, say hello. We talk back, all right? But let us know how you're doing. Let us know what your overall thoughts were of the first episode, because you know that's the first slide we get into. Anakin, I see you. What's good? Good to see you tonight. Thank you for always coming through and supporting the live. Hey, Pamela, what's going on? Hey, Bobby, hope you're having a great night. Whose volume is low? Ross Girl Me. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, pretty girl, what's going on, Danny? And hey, what's up? Don't shadow ban YouTube. Let me know who is.
I'm looking. That's from your side.
It's like, whose volume is low? How is it now? Am I real?
I sound the same to me. I can cut mine up a smidge just to be cute. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, drop it in the comments and let us know who's loud and who's not. We'll fix it as we go. But y'all, we start here every single time because I want to know overall thoughts. And I'll just put it like this for the chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, how does this rank for you?
Me?
Tyra, I'm going to start. Well, I mean the chat first, but of course you.
Hey, I just got in these streets. Just recently watched Game of Thrones for the first time last year. Shout out to the people who were there for that. Between this and just from what I've heard about House of the Dragon, this is not what I expected. This is so funny and unserious. I was like, what? Do y'all know what y'all doing over here? I appreciate this though. I identified with it immediately. I say, oh, this is the Princess Bride, Robin Hood, Man in Tights type of energy. It felt 80s. I wasn't mad at it, or like A Knight's Tale. It just something felt nostalgic about it. I like that it has its own identity, and we're not cut from the same cloth of being hella serious, because I'm sure they're serious over there in House of the Dragon also. But after watching Game of Thrones, you will have some of what were supposed to be the smartest people making the dumbest, funniest decisions. And shout out to Hold the Door. A lot of stuff over there was not supposed to be funny, but I cackled. Now I feel validated because I can, and we're in the right tone to do so. I like that it's separating itself from the rest of the franchise, and I'm happy to watch it.
Okay, well that's positive coming from Tyra. That's positive.
Yeah.
And I see you guys in the chat. It's giving 7. It's giving 6. Okay, 7. It's okay. I mean that's kind of mid. Y'all are saying. And George R. R. Martin, back, when this was first kind of being introduced, said, be prepared for a difference in tone. That's been
Hmm.
the intention. This is definitely going to give underdog story. But like Tyra said, I said that was the first thing I said as we watched this in the Discord together. I was like, this is very much giving Robin of Locksley. It's very much giving Robin Hood Men in Tights, complete with a dance number, with an evil sheriff. Like all of the vibes were there. So I can definitely see the inspiration. But overall, I liked it. Were there some moments that were really crude and crass for my personal
Hmm.
taste? Absolutely. I could have done without the poo, honey. I could have, but it was funny because if you listen, they start playing the Game of Thrones theme song, and then that's when that happened. So it was kind of like, what we're about to do with Game of Thrones. So I thought that was cute. I thought it was a fun little pun or whatever on the situation. But I mean, I like it. I like that we're introduced to a bunch of characters. Even though it seemed like some of them were in passing, you can tell that all of these characters are going to be integral to the story overall.
Hmm.
Like our two whores of Babylon, little Fossoway, everybody that we met, I feel like is going to play a pivotal role, and I like that. And I like Dunk. It's kind of hard sometimes introducing brand new characters into a world to see how they're gonna feel. I feel like he's not doing too much. He's unassuming, and I think he makes the perfect underdog. 1 out of 10. I'm probably gonna give it a cute 7.5. I'm gonna sit it right there, a little bit above the average. Is
I
what I'm
just don't
saying.
know where to rank it in that way because, well, at first I thought they were playing because I messaged you. I was like, is this a parody? It kind of felt like a skit in comparison to what we've seen or that spectacle that we used to see on Game of Thrones when they were showcasing something or doing a performance. It felt like that. This just feels like something different. I'll give it a Q8.
I like it. I mean, whatever it is, it's kind of well done. Like I said, if you can get me wanting to watch the next episode, especially with the state of TV as in recent times, I'm I'm gonna go over here and see what's going on. But let's get into it. A little bit about the episode. Episode 1 was the Hedge Knight. And of course, Ser Duncan is on his journey to the forthcoming tourney in Ashford. Dunk, played by Peter Claffey, meets a clever young boy named Egg, played by Dexter Sol Ansell, who offers to be his squire. This was written for TV by Ira Parker. We know Ira Parker if you watched House of the Dragon season 1, okay? He was over there for that. A staunch fan of Westeros and the George R. R. Martin universe. Like, he's over there deep, okay? And then it was directed by Owen Harris, who did the OG Black Mirrors. He did several of the episodes of Black Mirror back from 2013 to 2019, so the first iteration of it. And he also directed Mrs. Davis. And if you haven't watched that with Betty Gilpin over there on Peacock, she's a killer nun. It's out off the Richter scale and very odd, but it's a fun watch. So if you haven't watched that, go check it out. Tyra, do
Yes.
we like the premise? Do we like the intro to the first episode? And have you seen any of these people's works before? Have you heard of either the writer or director?
Um, Unknowingly, some Black Mirror, yeah. I wouldn't have known. I don't really recognize the names like that. They're not standing out. But from what you said, it seems like the devotion is there and the series is in good hands. We did just get over here and say, yeah, let's give it parody. Let's just throw it. I hate when they just throw something and be like, first time director. One episode of Shadows in the Dark Part 6. Like, where are your credentials? How did you get over here and put this in your hands and give us this hot mess? No, I feel like they're committed to probably being true. Well, I don't know. You probably been more over there in the books, but if they care enough, then they're gonna try to honor what's there. So I think we're in good hands. I'm gonna have to watch Miss Davis if it's a killer man over there.
Yeah, it's real off the cuff. Drop it in the comments if you've checked out Mrs. Davis over there on Peacock. It's something to see here. Hold on, guys. Let me fix my mic. Maybe this will fix it. How do I sound now? Am I very loud still or very low still? Just
That's
drop it
for
in the
low.
comments.
I
Okay,
don't know.
there's no.
I'm not a good judgment because I hear something over here that sounds completely different. You sound normal to me.
See this. How about now? I think I
Oh,
fixed
not
it.
as loud as hell.
Okay. Let me go down.
So if it's loud as
Thank you,
hell as
Lex.
me, to me, maybe it's perfect for the audience.
Okay, guys. Hopefully that's good and better, and I'll back up off of it and we'll go from there. Okay, easing on down the road. I want you guys to hedge your expectations. The only thing I was thinking as I was watching the first episode was like, yeah, I don't know if people are coming into this, especially if they haven't read the source material or don't know any of the tales of Duncan Egg, anything like that. I was like, oh gosh, are they going to be ready for this? Are they going into this expecting the high intensity drama of a Game of Thrones or a House of the Dragon? Are they going to be ready for the levity that's over here, kind of like the whimsy of it all, the comic
Mhm.
relief? But definitely a complete tonal shift from anything we've seen on screen from George R. Martin. I mean, we've had moments of comedy in Game of
Mhm.
Thrones, but not in this way. Definitely gave Princess vibe. Definitely gave Monty Python, Holy Grail. Definitely gave Robin Hood, Men of Tights. Of the three movies on the screen, guys, Tyra, starting with you,
Mhm.
what would you say is your favorite? Because I know you said you've been back over here, it gave nostalgic vibes. Are any of these on your
Girl,
list?
the Princess Bride. I mean, it's really not a conversation to be had. I mean, it's the Princess Bride, and just for a filter, I don't think because a lot of this could be high camp at times. I don't think it's gonna go that far, but I think it's in a sweet spot. Yeah, we're gonna get into some drama when we need to, but this is a good template for what's kind of happening over here.
Yeah, I do. I think it sets a baseline, and I think we can only get more serious from here. I like that we're meeting him this way because I think Dunk right now feels like a friend or like a little
Hmm.
brother or a little cousin, someone that you're rooting for. So I like that they introduced him as kind of unserious in this first episode. But let's get right into it. Tyra, newly knighted Dunk with a dream. So basically, Sir Pennywise. AKA Sir Pennytree, was his knight, and he squired for him since he was a young boy, and with all of these lofty dreams of what it was going to be like to be a knight, right? And a hedge knight at that. And basically, a hedge knight is a masterless wandering knight. Most of the knights that we met in Game of Thrones, well, we saw a couple fighters. You would meet sell swords, which are people who sell their sword to different causes for the right money, right? And then you saw knights, but knights normally came from lineage, right? They came from a certain house. They were brought up. They fought in tourneys representing that banner. A hedge knight is his own man out here getting it out the mud any way he can. And so all of a sudden he dies, and now I'm fully a knight, and I don't know what to do with it. I have his name. I know that I was knighted in front of the birds, he said, but there were no actual witnesses. But I have a dream. I want to go down in a blaze of glory. I want to have all of these things to my name, but now how do I proceed? Immediately, I was like, Sir Pennytree sold you a dream, baby. I don't even know if Sir Pennytree was a real knight, because everything he does in this episode to try to get backing, to be recognized, it's like, I don't know who that is. I don't know
I
who
know what it is.
damn Pennytree is. And it's got me questioning, was this man really a knight, Tyra? What did you think of the stories and Dunk and his big dreams? Because I want to be somebody. I want to go somewhere.
Well, he need to wake up and pay attention. Sir Pennywise, that would be funny. I was like, this is a trash individual. It's one thing to lie about what you've been out here doing with your little knighthood. I was in the trenches, and nobody can remember you. If you were just that intricate, all on the battlefield, integral to planning, paying it forward. Because who gonna get you there? Me? Remember that one time? Nobody remembers that one time. That's separate. You here being up close and personal and reflecting on these fond memories of abuse. I was like, this was never like a good man. He didn't really pour into you in that way. It feels like you were used and kind of catered to whatever he thought he was as a knight in this dream. Like he sold you this dream, but it's the fact that we're grown and we're still like basking in it. Like, yeah, I remember that one time. He only hit me when I deserved it. Like, what? Why are you lying to yourself? I was just waiting. I was like, okay, hopefully we end this episode with him having a revelation that maybe he wasn't who I thought he was, and maybe he did lie, but that doesn't just relinquish the dreams I have, because I can be great. I could really have strong potential and be this knight, and I'm really on my own. throne. But the whole flights of fancy, the whole episode were just really, really funny. Because I'm like, Bump a Knight was even a good person.
I don't think so. Because he's like, I'm going to be different, Egg. I'm not going to beat you at the end. And I'm like, well, damn. Again, all of these tales of grandeur and all of those things, I don't think it's going to add up. And I'm thinking that Dunk has looked at this man with these rose colored glasses his whole life with just these lofty dreams of, I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to be in the books, right? And ultimately, we do see him in some books. Now, if you guys were diehard fans of Game of Thrones, you've heard of Ser Duncan the Tall and you've heard of Egg. Egg is mentioned by the Meister at the Wall, and we see Ser Duncan the Tall referenced twice. One when Joffrey is reading through the books, the records of the Knights Guard, and then at the very end, Tyra, if you didn't know, Brian is a descendant of Ser Duncan the Tall. So I mean, he got his dream, and
Oh
ultimately
Lord.
he made it into some books. So
Well,
I'm just
hopefully
saying.
he's not as committed as she was, and we know when to pivot.
Now we're over here, and immediately he's on this quest because he wants to enter the tourney. The tourneys are going to be his best option to get his name out there. If he can win, his name can be touted, lauded, and then he can go to the next tourney and so on, win the prizes, and really build up a reputation for himself. The first stop he makes with his 3 horses, because he does have some horses. I said, well, if he didn't leave you nothing else, he left you some cute coins with these 3 beautiful horses that he has. And immediately when we get into the stable to get something to eat and board our horses for the night, we meet little egg, and he's like, will you put my horses in, I'll give you a couple dollars, just go take care of them, make sure. Well, I could do that, but I'm not. Like, I'm not doing that for you, little boy, if you don't do what I told you to do. So immediately we going to this, like, who are you, like, assuming that he's a stable boy. But I believe there's more to Egg than meets the eye, Tyra. When we first meet Egg, and he's very much like, yeah, no, I could do that if you do X, Y, or Z for me. But yeah, I'm not gonna deal with your horses. What did you think of Egg? Is there more than meets the eye, or is he really just a young little stable boy?
Girl, I know a hustler when I see one. Egg is on the come up. Okay? Just as we are looking, as we continue to meet people like throughout the episode, everybody's just looking for a way in or a way out or an in, a means to an ends, or he's trying to get somewhere. We knew immediately like he didn't want to be where he was. I was like, what's Egg? Egg got the alopecia, or did y'all shave that baby head? I need answers, okay? Egg is a young sprout, and we just as bald as they come. Say what's going on? What do we don't know? I'm hoping to find that out because y'all, I have not read anybody's book. I don't know nothing about these people, but I was intrigued by Egg. It's like if I see potential and opportunity, I'm gonna cling to it. You don't know you need me, but I'm gonna let you know that you need me, and I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do because I'm trying to get to X, Y, and Z. I would like to know what he's getting away from, where he came from, because this kind of felt like a rest stop also. It's like, oh, you look like you could be useful. Got your little 3 horses. Got to attach myself to somebody if I'm gonna make it in this world. But where'd you come from, Egg? I want to know that, and I want to know why Egg is bald.
Yeah, we're gonna find out, I'm sure. But definitely, I know there's more than meets the eye with this little young man, and he's determined. But it's definitely giving you a runaway. You're a runaway child on a mission to nowhere, and I want to get there. We'll see. Now we get to town. We get to the turning. We're doing all of the things. We're trying to make introductions, and I need to connect with my former knight's people, right? Because he done put in some work a couple places, and I need backing to be able to sign up for the tourney from a lord, from a knight, from somebody with some power, and thusly we meet the whores of Babylon. I'm calling them that for lack of a better word, but these are some hoes in the house, which I believe are going to be very pivotal to the plot because I think they're going to view Dunk as a little brother. They're playing with him right now, calling him delayed, calling him a little bit slow. Like, we know you green, we know you're fresh, Buki. We're not making fun of you. We don't mean it. If you meet us around here, this corner around this time, we might be able to make a cute little introduction, but I really do believe these ladies are going to be pivotal to his story and to his rise, Tyra. What did you think of the introduction of these ladies and what they're going to mean to the story?
I like these whores of Babylon. Nobody we've met so far was giving my Shayla. Let's say they're good. They're good whores. They're good whores. Now, I like that they seem to have autonomy. You know, we was over there in them streets, and all I really got to see was downtrodden and survival and abuse. But they seem to, have some semblance of control. And even though we are sonning him, these are allies because they're both, regardless of them, they're still whores. They're on the lower end of the totem pole. But who do we go tell all our business to? Who knows all the tea about everybody? Because they be over there in them tents with them whores talking. They gonna be giving Duncan some intel. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, as long as nobody is giving my Shayla, they're good in my book.
I think they're going to be fine. It's not giving they have a little finger pimping them. So it looks like they've got some autonomy, and it looks like they know a lot about the tourney circuit and they tour with it. Like if they're there, if the money's there, we're going to be there, Dunk. So don't worry. We got you. You're going to get this figured out. And so after that, I need to go see the sheriff because this was definitely giving sheriff of Nottingham to me. I was just waiting for the mole to move, Tyra, across this man's face. Because really, if you're lying to me, who saw it? Who witnessed this knighting? Because if it's not, you know what's going to happen to you, right? They're going to get you in the booty. That's what he said, Tyra. And I was sitting here like, do we always have to go to the gutter when we get into these situations? Basically, it's like, as long as you can get somebody to sign on for you, I don't give a damn if you a real knight or not, bruh. Just, I just want your coin for this tournament. Get in and do what you will. Duncan is really turning over all of the crates at this point to try to get on. He's desperate to get into this tourney, Tyra. Do you think this man is going to play a pivotal role in the story? What did you think of his really unseriousness in this? Because I was like, sir, if you don't be serious, he's like, I'm just playing with you. I'm just
I
playing
was
with you, Dunk. Don't
distracted.
get scared.
I was don't ever no, don't threaten my booty. It's Cat Williams. My version booty is still intact. Please don't threaten me in that way. If you're threatening it, you even mentioned it, that means it's real. I was distracted by all the spit. I was like, oh my God. The way he was reaching from hell to scoff up that spit, I was like, oh my. So how many times he's gonna spit? I just can't. You're not even chewing tobacco. Where is it coming from? The illness. I hate that so much. But I think he's gonna have his back. All of the like lower people on the totem pole, I feel like they're gonna become close knitted because we want to see you win. Like he said, as long as you get somebody to validate something, we can get it. Now, if and when he's gonna get there, who knows? But I think he's gonna matter. If, as long as he's not spitting, I can tolerate it. But that really took me out of the scene. I was like, oh my God, it was sickness.
I was disgusted. I think this was part of, that, we're
Uh
changing the
huh.
tone.
It
He's a very
was.
unserious, exaggerated character. So now Manfred Dundarian, right? We finally get him. But nothing's working, Tyra. That man looked at you and said, "Little boy, get out of here." Or tall man, get out of here, bro. I don't know you. He said, "Well, my knight, he did his best and he took a wound." People gave way more than that. There was 800 men that went into that battle for my father. Like, if you don't get the hell out of here. And I thought at this moment, one of the hoes was going to be like, well, just hear him out, daddy. It was very much giving, let's go to the room. Let's go to the brothel. Let's go to the inn. I don't have time with this dribble. And of course, Duncan is standing there and he's so defeated at this moment. This was, he thought, his last hope, Tyra. And Dundarian, we know Dundari, we know the name, we've heard it before. But Tyra, what do you think of this guy? Is it? I'm so sorry. It sounds like cannons are being launched outside the window. I'm so sorry.
Oh, actually, it is
What
not
do you
too
think of
far
this
of worlds
character?
outside. It's like, oh my God, it's fine. Girl, whores don't work for free. Now look at here, Duncan, you cute and tall and lean or whatever. Give me, the puppy dog pout. Can you help me out, please? Just because it's the right thing to do, baby. We whores. You gotta give something to get something. I think once there is an exchange or they see that it's beneficial to have a connection to Duncan on his rise to the top or whatever, I don't think they'll come afterwards because then they're not as useful. But you have to do something first. This was sad. I just hated to keep seeing him get rejected. We already had to see him beat his clothes on a rack on the rocks. We don't have any accommodations. We sleeping all out in the open. It's just very, we start from the bottom if nothing else. But just to know that I'm not going to give up, even though I have every reason to, because nobody seems to remember this great man but me and all that he's done. But immediately when he was reminiscing, I was like, going off into battle, for you to stand out amongst thousands of soldiers, you would have had to be very, very important. And that man in the flashbacks just did not give that or seem like he gave a damn. So the quicker that we acknowledge that I'm on my own, the better. And I was glad that we did it in this episode, because I can't take another episode of him being cut down and rejected.
I think we're going to see more rejection, unfortunately, but I do think, we're coming on the upside. Thank you so much, Drew Chase, and it's very good to see you for the $10 super chat. Loving the recap. I haven't caught a live in a minute. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Yeah, that's what I thought. Paul Revere, the British are coming, because what is going on outside? That's what I wanted to know. Now, Peter, I did hear this. I'm not gonna dive into it until I get a full understanding. I know there's probably something around Duncan and what he's like called to in terms of a prophecy, but I'll be interested. And if it's any correlation to what I think it is, as far as our Targaryen at the wall, I think I have an idea, but
This
I'm gonna wait and
prophecy's
let
over
it get
here.
fleshed out.
They finna take me through there again.
Oh, you saw? Oh, I have a slide. You know what? You saw the hair. You saw the hair. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. But yes, she said, I thought you said you were a Dornishman. I thought he said he was hung like a Dornishman. No, I said I hung a Dornishman. Like, this was just too much with these people and the jokes. I don't want to see this redhead anymore. I didn't like the cut of his jib, Tyra. I don't want to see Dendarian again.
We gotta
And
lay hands on him. You're gonna get used to seeing him. He gonna get knocked out. I can feel it.
now that we're over here and we're looking at the tourney and we're looking at the practice matches and all of that, we meet the Fossoways. We meet two Fossoways, the actual knight, Stefan, and his cousin, Ray Ray. I'm calling him Cousin Ray Ray. I just feel like Cousin Ray Ray is going to be a friend of the people. I feel like he and Duncan are going to kick it off, because he was like, please fight my cousin, because he's pissing me off and getting on my nerves. Sir Stefan already gives very arrogant, like, I'm good at this. I know what I am. I know what I'm doing. Will he be an ally? I don't know, but I'm really excited about the relationship that Dunk is going to have with little Ray Ray. I think it's very cute already, immediately. And honestly, Tyra, what this got me thinking, because everyone else is practicing for the tourney. Sir Dunk has not picked up a sword that we've seen other than to show the hilt and see, no, I'm somebody. But we haven't seen him fight, Tyra. So I want to know two things from you. I want to know first, what do you think about these Fossoways? And then what do you think? Do you think that Sir Duncan can fight right now? Like, do you think that he's fully equipped and trained?
Please don't be big for nothing. Please don't be big for nothing. But with who he's following, I don't really feel like he invested or taught him anything. If he had anything to teach, it's nerve-wracking. I really want him to be great and just to really pop out immediately. But if you're like the ultimate underdog, when it's like, all right, come on, fine, show us what you got, and you get out there and you're sorry, it's going to be hard to watch, but it's going to make us even bigger at rooting for him, because we want, like, okay, you see me now, like, you big, you got the tools, you're tall, okay, you got egg in your corner. There's potential for greatness here, and I feel like he's sorry, because we got Ray right here. We're going to need somebody to teach us the tricks of the trade, even if we're not good and capable ourselves. I think we can invest and go, well, no, hold your sword like this, put the shield like this. These are the skills. This connection doesn't happen for anything, and it's basically two underdogs here, because Ray Ray already getting sunned in the ultimate way, just embarrassed, like, ugh, get out of here. He really gave me who was Peter Dinklage, his squire over there.
Oh,
I can't remember his
Podrick.
name. Yeah, it was a little bit. It was a little piece of that. Like, you're great, but it's going to take a little time to marinate, but you can build up somebody else and root for them and, like, yeah, you see my brother over there, I want you to whip his ass first. I think it's a friend. We're going to need as many friends as we can get. Egg is egg, but egg is also a little bit, and he's still learning, but we need someone who knows what they're doing and can show us the trick of the trade. I think Ray Ray is going to be that person. But don't be sorry. Can you just be a little sorry? Just a little piece of sorry. Sorry with potential. I'll take that.
Oh Lord, I'm putting some hopes here because, like Tara said, Dunk's got the material. You 6'8", sir. You stand heads and shoulders above everybody. When you walk into the room, all the girls gasp. Okay, so like you're tall. You've got the material. That means you got a long wingspan for the joust. Like the material's there. I just really need him to have some prowess when it comes to the fight. I'm just be somebody, sir. Please, please don't get out here and embarrass us like that. Now we meet my favorite character of the first episode, probably outside of Duncan Egg, of course. OG Lionel Baratheon, believed to be the grandfather of King Robert Baratheon, but it's not officially mapped out. It's not fully confirmed because there are other Baratheons, but the ages match, right? Who should be Robert's father, that in between. So I'm very interested, very excited to see who this man is. He was known originally, as far as the lore, to be a great swordsman, a great tourney participant, all of those things, but to love to laugh. Like they say, he was boisterous in laughter and really just the life of a party everywhere he went. Again, this is where the dance numbers came in for me. Because can you dance though? Can you drop it low? Can you shake a tail feather? When Dunk got out there and did his yibba yibba, Fiddler on the Roof moment, if I were a rich man, I got my life, Tyra. I was like, yes. And Lionel kind of fine. I can't lie. I something about a beard that connects, Tyra. You know how it makes me feel. Dark of hair, dark of eyes. Dare I say, I might have been the mother of a Baratheon child, Tyra, because I'm going over there with OG Lionel. Not only is he a drunk and a lush, which is fine, but again, like I said, a very accomplished swordsman. He's got the name, he's got titles, and I also think he sees something in Dunk instantly. You're not like everybody else in here, Duncan. Come over here and sit with me and talk and eat and drink. I like your honesty, young man. I see this being a lifelong friendship. I'm really excited to see what the dynamics of the relationship is going to be, and really who Lionel is. Tyra, do you have any initial impressions on him? And who do you think Lionel Baratheon is going to be to Dunk?
I don't know. Now let me get this straight, because I'm still fresh off of the Game of Thrones streets. Now Baratheon is the man who was
Robert.
outside with all the hoes, and we was trying to save his life with the milk and the poppies and the whatnot, and he left it to that man that was getting on my nerves over there.
Well, yeah, he was supposed to be Joffrey's father. This was Cersei's husband.
Hmm.
He was the
Yeah,
king that got
yeah,
impaled
hot
on
mess.
her
That's what I
orgy.
thought. Hot mess. No, hot mess. Because the way we was over there trusting Cersei and signing away and giving on deeds, and yeah, well, he signed it before he left us a mess, from what I remember. And he was a part of the downfall, even calling that man over there to be a part of something, all about his little sorry sister. Um, yeah, that's what I thought. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Now look here. Same thing with that man over here frolicking when we got important things to be had. First of all, don't put that pressure on me, okay? I came here to eat. I'm a starving big man, okay? I'm a growing boy. I came in here for a hot meal. They told me you were serving dinner in here, okay? I just came to eat. He's shifty. He's funny, but I think there's going to be a double side. I don't trust him completely. And you over here talking about long life friendships. I don't see that right away. I think he can go where the wind blows, and the unseriousness of him, like it catered to the comedic beats in the episode, but it's just like, do we know what we're gonna get? How do we know when you're being serious? Like, well, yeah, go over there. Like, no, I actually want you to go do that, or I'll kill you. You can't give me like idle threats with comedy. I don't know. The dance was cute. I know you were in pain. He stepped on your foot with them size 14s, but like, what's gonna happen when we get into like the thick of things? Are you really gonna be on my side? I just think from man over there with Ned, I can't trust you just because what Ned left us. I just can't.
Well,
That's what
baby,
I said.
okay, so we're gonna unpack it. But first, Midnight Marauder. Thank you, 007. Excuse me, I don't want to miss out the 007. Thank you so much for the 25 Canadian, I believe, dollar super chat. We appreciate you. Hey, Floetry, y'all are glowing this evening. This series has potential and does. I absolutely agree. Now, I will say this: as crazed as Robert Baratheon was, he was a good friend to Ned. Ultimately, even until the end, he really, really was. His wasn't an issue of loyalty at all. He had a demented sickness all about Eliana, Ned's
Uh-huh.
sister. But outside of that, Robert, and I mean, outside of his drinking and reveling and being a whore, he wasn't really necessarily a bad, you know what I mean? Like a bad
Yeah.
man. I think he was loyal
But
to
like,
a
are you
fault.
going to be gullible?
I don't know.
Easy,
I mean,
easily
and
manipulated?
again, and again, we can't really say that that's going to be everybody in the family too. That's two, almost two generations removed. I'm going to say right now, Baratheon with the salt and pepper beard that connects. I'm over here with you, Lionel. Okay, I'm over here
I
with
don't know.
Lionel, Tyra.
I'll be
I'm gonna
over
stick
there.
beside him for now.
I just see big and tall Stor standing over there like, I thought you were my friend. I thought if anybody would support me, it would have been you. Well, I mean, well, hey, my bread is buttered a little bit more over here, sir. I'm sorry, you can't get my vote. I don't know. We'll wait and see.
But I'm excited, and you know, and I like the candor, I like the honesty, I liked by the time Dunk gets up the courage really to ask him any real questions about tourney life or what it is. I can't
Yeah,
tell you what to do, buddy. I'm drunk. Do you see how drunk I am? Let me get on this table and do my
we'll
dance. I
see.
said, you know what? I'm excited to see who he's gonna be in the series. I think it's gonna be fun. You know why I like him?
Why? Because he's cute.
Cause he reminds me of old boy from. That's what he does. That's what he looks. That's what he
Who
looks like to me.
from?
You know who I am. You know who's doing his little mathematics and numbers, child. Right now, I can't remember his name. You know, dark hair that I like, and he grew the beard out. You know who I'm talking about.
I
Smarty
have no.
pants.
I,
And from.
I have to go back and see Ash. I swear.
Girl,
I
y'all know
swear
the
I don't
name. Put the
know.
name in, because I can't
But
remember.
I'm here for it though. I did like that he was at least intrigued. Like, oh, you didn't come here to bask in my ambience and kneel at my feet with all the riches that you don't have. No, I came in here to eat. Like, okay, let's dance then.
They said they love Lionel too. Listen, we love Lionel. Like I love Lionel, and I'm gonna call him that, Lionel. I like him. Jade. Thank you, Low React. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate you, boo. Jade. Jade from
Mm.
From. That's who he favors to me.
Where's
Anyways.
my phone, Jade? It's been a while.
But now, and I said, I hope the fandom doesn't lose their stuff, child, because you know they don't like a black person in anything fantasy. And I said, here he come, liking a black woman. Immediately, she goes on the stage, honey. She's a minor player, playing her part on the stage in the round. And he's like, I want her, gotta have her, need to have her. When I say everything went dark in the room, his face lit
Oh,
up, and
Jade.
yes, Tyra, yes, baby,
Thank
Jade.
you, Salt and Pepper, Jade. I'm listening.
Yeah, but anyway, he's in love with a black woman, so I'm very interested to see how this is gonna go, how the fandom's gonna receive it. Like I said, they get real funny with blacks in fantasy for whatever reason. But I'm interested. You know how they lost their mind with the Valerians over in House of the Dragon, so I'm very curious because they made her his love interest. But I'm interested to see where it goes. He's enamored.
Mhm.
Infatuated, but baby, you don't
Yep.
have no money yet. You can't approach this woman with no bread in the coffers, and I'm just interested to see if she's gonna be trouble, if she's gonna be fun. I'm really interested to see what this dynamic is and who she's gonna be. Are we gonna see more of her, Tyra? And what'd you think of his choice of all the women, of all the hoes? Because you got hoes and the women there. You got
Mhm.
options. This was the one.
Don't play in my face with the colors, okay? Now, if we're gonna play like this, I wish I'd really commit. I want to see a sister. This is a, olive tone, like a little hint of like, oh, if you blink twice and squint on a Saturday, it's a sister.
Tyra, this is a
I mean,
black
she's
woman.
she's very fair. I'm not saying she's not, but she's very fair. If she was in a crowd of them folks down at the show, we wouldn't know the difference. But y'all gonna try to commit like, oh, I saw you with her. You saw me with who? Who you saw me with? I like that he's interested, but I'm not gonna act like, oh, we saw you with a deeply melanated colored woman in the shield. No, you didn't. You saw me with a fair maiden. Okay, it's cute, but if we're gonna commit, like let's just commit. But clearly he's gonna have to deal with some issues because we guys we don't mix and that good stuff. But I think once he's on the come up, I don't think he has to have like a solid coin. Or it's like, what? I like the cut of his jib. Let me go see what he's doing later. It's gonna be cute, but don't be acting like y'all brought me a chocolate Adonis.
he gonna need at least one win now. I need you to have a little bit of coin. I mean, he's got them horses. I'm looking at the horses as a savings account. I'm looking at like he can
I've been
pull from
waiting for
that
him to exchange them.
when
You
need
don't need all three. I was waiting the whole episode.
you know. So I'm like, you know, worst come to worst, we're gonna have to part with one of the stags, one of the mares, whatever. Yes, George R. Martin does have black people in his books, but why they so mad? They stay mad, baby. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they be mad. I don't. I don't. Dane, where you been, Penny? Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. The real Hedge Knight is here. Sup, ladies.
Hey,
Sup,
Dane.
Dane. Sup.
Where you
Sup.
been? That's what I need to know.
Oh, where you been, Penny? We have a deal. After all is said and done, Tyra. He said, all right, fine, Egg. How'd you get here? Are you following me? What are you doing? Are my horses still here? Oh, fine. Yes, damn, Gina. I will marry you. You can come with me, but don't get in my way. Do what I tell you to do. Yeah, and I won't beat you. I won't. I won't put my hand on you. Like, that was important for him to know. But yes, you can squire for me. And I really feel like Egg is going to be the one to get Ser Duncan together. Like, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. You need an eye. Because he said, I ain't never heard of you. Ser Duncan the Tall? Is that what you said? That's what you said your name is? Because through the whole episode, Ser Dunk is really trying to figure out what his name is going to be. Because what sounds right? What's going to be right? And so again, immediately he's like, yeah, come along. It's fine. Because I see something in you, Egg. I'm a good guy. And I think that was kind of the overall messaging. Dunk is really a kind, good-hearted, nice-spirited young man who's trying to figure out his way in the world. I love this partnership. I love it's going to give, I don't know, just, one of those stories of brotherhood, like young brother, older brother. Like, I like the vibes here, Tyra. But what do you think of the deal? And I won't beat you. You can be my squire, and I promise I won't beat you.
So, unless you deserve it. I promise. I like that he's not trying to, and maybe this was an awakening due to the journey of him being rejected the entire life. Because when I initially met you, I didn't want anything to do with you. I didn't see any promise. Thank you, EJ. I watched all them episodes of Game of Thrones, and here we are. I still gotta watch them House of Dragons, but dear God, I'm here. I'm here. Thank you, EJ. I think he had a change of heart. Like, well, maybe everything he told me wasn't as true, and I can, find use for someone like Egg. And then he feels like he has, some of your great wisdom. It feels like he's been here before. It feels like, he's been through some things. We don't know his story, but they're both so innocent. That scares me. They're both so innocent because how you become like a really good knight is not, solely through training. A lot of them suffer and there's some loss. Look now, just hold on before you take us through there. I think he has to experience some life and some hardships also. And it's like, okay, now I really have to be committed and I have to grow. He's so nice and innocent, and that's scary. And Egg is too. But they were looking up at the stars, and he was like, "Oh, you don't have a tent or anything, huh? We're just laying out here on the ground. You really don't have anything. We're really starting from the bottom up." And then they're having the story about the stars and all that. I was like, "This is really nice. Don't mess this up for me. Don't mess up this dynamic. Be cute. Don't hurt Egg if you want to." I feel very protective over my little Egg. Okay. I don't know. I feel like this series is going to shake us because we're going to be accustomed to the tone, and then it's going to go, oh, it's going to pivot. And we're like, I didn't think y'all were going to do that here. Why would you do that here? When y'all do that here, don't do it to Egg. That's all I ask.
Dunk is gonna ride out for Egg.
Oh yeah.
I feel that. And also Dunk is from the slums. He's from Flea Bottom. So he's been around. He knows what the other side is like. Because that's where he thought he was from. He said, you from Flea Bottom too? Like, I recognize that stench on you. I know what's going on. I'm very excited to see how this friendship develops. And I think they're both going to need and depend on each other. And I think they're going to hopefully bring out the best in each other. But I feel like Dunk will guard Egg with his life. I really feel that way. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, EJ, for the $5 super chat. I agree, Ash. Egg will get him together. I believe it. And yep, Andrew, we talked about that at the very beginning. Ser Duncan the Tall is the ancestor of Brian or Brienne. Brienne, however y'all call her. I call her Brian,
Slows
damn
me
it.
down.
I like that. But now going on over here, because y'all saw that white hair. You know what that means. That means that's a Targaryen. And when that man said, now I'm going to have to face the dragon, you already know what that's going to mean. When he put on that thing at the tourney, when we got that little clip forward into the future, I said, oh, damn it, we got these Targaryens. Is a George
Oh,
R. R. Martin series complete without them? Tyra, I want to know from you predictions. And who
ma'am,
this man?
I don't know. You know I don't know nothing about them Targaryens except for what I got over there in Game of Thrones. It's not looking promising. Okay. I don't know how much dimension they have over there in the House of Dragon, but from who I've met, they're up to no good around the neighborhood. Don't trust them. Avoid them at all costs. I didn't expect to see these folks, but I guess they just, like you said, they have to be included in the universe. They come with ill-gotten gains. I think it's going to be bad. You know, well, maybe with this tonal shift, it's going to be like, aha, that's Velvet. You expected the Targaryens to come and be nefarious. No, we're actually good. Subvert my expectations. Prove me wrong from the little Targaryens that I know. Let him be a good man, Savannah. That would be really nice, but I just feel like he's not. He don't have good man Savannah on him. The moment I saw him, all I saw was that heifer's brother. I hope it's good. I think with the next episode, now that we know that we have, I'm just calling him Big and Tall because he's Big and Tall part two. Yeah, I don't have any allies. I don't have any backing. I have to focus on finding someone to validate me so that I can be legitimized and get on into the knighthood in these tournaments and show y'all who I am and probably train because I'm sorry. I hope we're over there. I don't want him begging and pleading with another person next episode. We already know that nobody remember that man. Don't bring him up again. Let's commit to who we are and bring Egg along for the ride.
All I want to see next episode, in addition to, I want to see some more of the hoes. I really want to see these friendships fully form and come into fruition. But also, I want to see Dunk fight. Like, baby Dunk, I gotta see if you got them hands because that's gonna make or break everything. But I do, like I said, I'm very interested in the horror story. I'm very interested because Littlefinger used them all the time to get information, right? So I know that they're privy to a lot that goes on, especially around the tourney circuit. So I'm very interested to see how the friendship is going to develop there. Like I said, I need to make sure Dunk has hands, and I'm really excited to learn the wisdom of Egg. I feel like Egg has all the tea as well, and I feel like between the hose and Egg, Ser Duncan is on the right path, Tyra. I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready. Dane, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Remember, Tyra, no Game of Thrones face. Oh, she's gonna
I'm
probably
good.
give that at some point.
I'm good. This is not Game of Thrones. This is totally different. Okay. If you didn't
Totally
get that
different.
by him taking a shite behind, but also in front of us with that tree, this is not Game of Thrones, baby. Okay? Don't expect the face.
But you guys, that was episode 1, the Hedge Knight of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Tyra, any other thoughts on the episode? And what you got going on this week, friend?
I think this was a good start. You know how I am about these particular shows. When you put me over here with fantasy and maybe a powder puff wig, I get a little anxious, get a little nervous. Everybody knows I was fighting tooth and nail all about Game of Thrones. It was a journey for us last year. I am excited for this show. I really did appreciate the tonal shift in this first episode. And I was with these characters like, you know what? They did the only thing I needed them to really do in the first episode. I care about the both of these characters. That's all you're supposed to do. I don't ask for much. So I'm here for that. A lot of stuff coming this week, y'all. We are getting into 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. That's coming up. Beauty premieres this week. We're going to be talking about that. Y'all know Ryan Murphy is always here for the mess. Tell Me Lies. That's all. That's also coming. Hijack. Everything. Okay. Be there for it. Support us and hit the like button.
Do all those things. But y'all, we appreciate you. And Yeah, before the 90 days, 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days is immediately following this live. So just make sure that you're there. I think it's actually, I'll probably move it up a little bit since we finished this one early. But thank y'all for coming through to our first Night of the Seven Kingdoms live and for showing support. Thanks to everybody who supported the live, EJ the TV Junkie, Dane C, Drew Chase. Thank you everybody who showed some love on tonight. We appreciate it. And it means Midnight Marauder. Thank you so much. We love y'all real bad. And we will see y'all in 2 and 2, right? For them 90-day people. That was a good episode, y'all.
That's my mama, I've been hustling since the sandbox. I'm a golden